The integrated planning process is essential for developing a comprehensive project management plan. Core components include plan procurement management, plan stakeholder management, and plan human resource management. Detailed scheduling processes and cost management ensure timelines and financial constraints are mapped. Scope and quality planning set deliverables and standards, while iterative risk management addresses uncertainties. These processes are interdependent. For example, activity sequencing informs schedule development, while risk responses may adjust budgets or timelines. The framework emphasizes a systematic approach to harmonizing stakeholder needs, resource allocation, and risk mitigation. By aligning each planning domain, the project management plan becomes a unified roadmap, ensuring objectives are achievable, measurable, and adaptable to evolving project dynamics. The planning phase of the project focuses on clearly defining the full scope of the work and refining objectives to ensure that the project's direction is well defined. It is during this stage that a comprehensive course of action is developed to guide the entire project, ensuring that all aspects of the project's execution are planned and ready for implementation. Key activities in this process include the development of the project management plan and the creation of various project documents that will be used throughout the life cycle. These documents are essential for maintaining consistency, alignment, and clear communication among stakeholders. Among the critical outputs are detailed plans for resource management and team organization, along with the final scope statement that solidifies what is included in the project. Additionally, the work breakdown structure is created to break down the project into manageable tasks, and the project schedule is developed, which outlines task dependencies and resource allocations. Key risk management documents, such as the approved risk register, are also finalized, ensuring that potential challenges are proactively addressed throughout the project. When structuring a predictive project, scheduling frequency hinges on complexity and stakeholder needs. Weekly schedules offer tighter control for dynamic tasks, while monthly suits stable phases. For the WBS, start with 10, 20 high-level tasks and decompose critical areas into granular subtasks. Balance detail with manageability, avoid overwhelming the team but ensure critical paths are clear. Brain testing with your team is crucial. Use workshops to stress test assumptions, identify gaps, and refine estimates. Rigorous planning of time, cost, and resources reduces execution risks. Underplanning invites delays and budget overruns. In predictive projects, upfront clarity on scope, risks, and dependencies is non-negotiable. Iterate plans as insights emerge, but anchor decisions in documented baselines to maintain control. The PMBOK V6 images shown outline comprehensive project planning workflow. Beginning with foundational steps like defining the scope statement, building the team, and creating the work breakdown structure and WBS dictionary to decompose deliverables into actionable tasks. Activities are sequenced via network diagram, with resource, time, and cost estimates informing the critical path and schedule development. Concurrently, quality standards, roles, communication protocols, and risk responses are formalized to align execution with objectives. Early phases may iterate to refine assumptions before finalizing the plan. The latter stages focus on finalizing execution frameworks. Procurement plans outline purchasing needs, process improvement plans optimize workflows, and the performance baseline integrates all components into a unified project management plan. Formal approval and a kick-off meeting transition the project from planning to execution. This structured yet adaptable approach ensures clarity, accountability, and readiness to manage risks while adhering to timelines, budgets, and stakeholder expectations. The images from PMBOK version 6 depict two interconnected processes within the planning process group. Figure 3.2 focuses on developing the project management plan, which integrates all subsidiary plans into a cohesive document. Inputs like the project charter and outputs from other processes ensure alignment with organizational goals. Enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets provide context, shaping the final plan. The output, project management plan, serves as the master blueprint, guiding execution, monitoring, and control. Figure 3.3 details plan scope management, a subset of the broader planning effort. It leverages the project charter and existing project management plan to define how scope will be defined, validated, and controlled. The outputs, scope management plan and requirements management plan, ensure deliverables align with objectives. Together, these processes illustrate the iterative nature of planning. Outputs from one phase feed into others, creating a unified framework that balances flexibility with structured governance. This systematic approach minimizes ambiguity and maximizes project alignment with strategic goals. This process focuses on systematically gathering and documenting stakeholder needs to shape project deliverables. Inputs like the project charter, project management plan, business documents, and agreements ensure requirements align with strategic goals. Tools like stakeholder analysis and workshops refine raw input into outputs, requirements documentation, and the requirements traceability matrix, which links requirements to their sources, tests, and deliverables. This ensures clarity, reduces ambiguity, and provides a roadmap for validating deliverables against stakeholder expectations. Referring to PMBOK-V6. Figure 3.6, create WBS. This process breaks down the project scope into manageable components via the work breakdown structure. Inputs like the project management plan, which includes scope and requirements details, project documents like scope statement, and organizational assets like templates and historical data, help guide the decomposition. The output, scope baseline, includes the approved scope statement, WBS, and WBS dictionary, providing a hierarchical view of deliverables and tasks. This baseline anchors project execution, enabling precise resource allocation, progress tracking, and change control while preventing scope creep. Figure 3.7 Plan Schedule Management. This process defines how the project schedule will be developed, monitored, and controlled. Inputs such as the project charter and project management plan inform the creation of the schedule management plan. This output outlines scheduling methodologies, tools, and metrics, ensuring alignment with project goals. Together, these processes establish structured frameworks for organizing work and timelines, balancing flexibility with control to meet deadlines and stakeholder expectations. Referring to PMBOK-V6. The Define Activities process shown in Figure 3.8 transforms the high-level deliverables from the work breakdown structure into granular, actionable tasks. Inputs such as the project management plan and organizational process assets, e.g., historical templates, guide the creation of an activity list and activity attributes, which detail task specifics like resources, durations, and dependencies. Milestones are identified to mark critical progress points, while change requests and plan updates ensure adjustments are integrated early. This process ensures every piece of work is clearly defined, enabling precise resource allocation and accountability. The sequence activities process shown in Figure 3.9 builds on these tasks by mapping logical dependencies and order. Using the activity list and project management plan, tools like network diagrams visualize task sequences. Inputs like enterprise environmental factors influence sequencing decisions, while project documents updates reflect refined timelines or dependencies. Together, these processes establish a structured workflow, ensuring tasks align with project timelines and constraints. By defining what needs to be done and how tasks interrelate, teams mitigate delays, optimize resource use, and lay the foundation for accurate scheduling and execution. Referring to PMBOK-V6. Figure 3.10. This process focuses on predicting the time required to complete each task, using inputs like the project management plan, project documents, and contextual factors, e.g., team expertise, tool availability. Techniques such as expert judgment, analogous estimation, or parametric modeling generate duration estimates, while the basis of estimates documents assumptions, constraints, and methodologies used. Updates to project documents ensure alignment with evolving project conditions. This step bridges task definition to actionable timelines, ensuring realistic scheduling and resource planning. Figure 3.11. Building on duration estimates. This process synthesizes inputs into a cohesive timeline. Tools like critical path analysis or scheduling software transform data into the schedule baseline and project schedule. Outputs like schedule data and change requests ensure adaptability. The finalized schedule integrates milestones, resource allocations, and constraints, balancing stakeholder expectations with practical execution. Together, these processes convert abstract tasks into a structured roadmap, enabling teams to track progress, manage risks, and meet deadlines effectively. Referring to PMBOK-V6. The diagrams 3 to 12 and 3 to 13 illustrate interconnected processes for managing project costs, beginning with plan cost management. Inputs such as the project charter, project management plan, and organizational assets guide the creation of the cost management plan. This output defines budgeting policies, control procedures, and metrics, ensuring alignment with project objectives. Notably, enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets influence the plan structure but are incorrectly listed as outputs. They remain inputs shaping cost governance. The subsequent process, estimate costs, uses inputs like the cost management plan and project documents to generate cost estimates and basis of estimates. Updates to project documents refine accuracy. While the diagram conflates inputs-outputs, the intent is to show how cost planning transitions into actionable estimates. Together, these processes establish a framework for budgeting, tracking, and controlling expenditures, ensuring financial accountability and alignment with stakeholder expectations. Referring to PMBOK-V6. The diagrams 3 to 14 and 3 to 15 illustrate determined budget process aggregates cost estimates to establish a cost baseline, serving as the financial reference for project performance. Inputs like the project management plan, business documents, and agreements ensure alignment with strategic goals. Enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets refine accuracy, while outputs like project funding requirements outline phased financial needs. Updates to project documents reflect adjustments, ensuring transparency in resource allocation and stakeholder expectations. The plan quality management process defines standards to meet stakeholder expectations. Leveraging inputs like the project charter and project management plan, it produces a quality management plan and quality metrics. Enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets guide compliance, while updates to plans documents embed quality into execution. Together, these processes ensure deliverables meet functional and compliance requirements, balancing cost and quality to achieve project success. Referring to PMBOK-V6. The diagrams 3 to 16 and 3 to 17 involve establishing a framework for managing project resources, utilizing inputs such as the project charter and project management plan. Enterprise environmental factors, e.g., organizational structure, team culture, and organizational process assets shape the resource management plan, which defines roles, responsibilities, and team coordination strategies. Outputs like the team charter formalize team norms and collaboration guidelines, while updates to project documents ensure alignment with resource strategies. This ensures clarity in accountability and resource governance. The subsequent process focuses on quantifying resources needed for activities. Leveraging inputs like the project management plan and project documents, it generates resource requirements, e.g., personnel, equipment, and a resource breakdown structure categorizing resources by type or function. The basis of estimates documents assumptions and methodologies, while updates to documents refine planning accuracy. Together, these steps translate strategic resource governance into actionable allocations, ensuring tasks are supported by appropriate resources and constraints are proactively addressed. Referring to PMBOK-V6. Figure 318 outlines the Plan Communications Management process, which establishes strategies for effective information exchange among stakeholders. Inputs like the project charter, project management plan, and project documents guide the creation of a communications management plan. This plan details communication methods, frequency, and channels, ensuring stakeholders receive timely and relevant updates. Enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets refine the approach. Outputs include updates to the project management plan and documents, ensuring alignment with evolving needs and maintaining transparency throughout the project lifecycle. Figure 3.19 focuses on plan risk management, which defines how risks will be identified, analyzed, and mitigated. Inputs such as the project charter, project management plan, and enterprise environmental factors inform the risk management plan. This plan outlines roles, methodologies, and response strategies, ensuring risks are proactively managed. By leveraging organizational process assets, the process tailors risk governance to the project's needs, fostering resilience and adaptability. Together, these processes ensure robust stakeholder communication and risk preparedness, laying a foundation for project success. Referring to PMBOK-V6, figures 3.20 and 3-21. The first process involves systematically identifying potential risks that could impact project objectives. Inputs like the project management plan, agreements, and procurement documentation help uncover uncertainties. Project documents such as the stakeholder register and assumptions log add context, while organizational assets refine the approach. Outputs include the risk register and risk report, ensuring risks are documented and ready for analysis. Updates to project documents maintain alignment with evolving project conditions. The subsequent process prioritizes these risks based on their likelihood and impact. Using the risk register and project management plan, qualitative methods like probability impact matrices assess and rank risks. Enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets guide prioritization. Outputs focus on refining the risk register with rankings, urgency indicators, and response priorities. While no new standalone outputs are generated, this step ensures resources target high-priority risks, enabling proactive mitigation strategies and enhancing the project's resilience to disruptions during execution. Referring to PMBOK-V6, figures 3.22 and 3-23. The first process involves quantitative risk analysis, which assesses the potential impact of prioritized risks using numerical methods. Inputs like the project management plan and project documents provide data for modeling scenarios. Enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets refine accuracy. The output, project documents updates, enhances the risk register with probabilistic outcomes, enabling data-driven decisions. This analysis quantifies uncertainties, translating abstract risks into measurable impacts on objectives like budget or timelines. The subsequent process focuses on planning risk responses, developing strategies to address high-priority threats and opportunities. Using inputs like the updated risk register and management plan, teams tailor actions. Outputs include change requests, project management plan updates, and project documents updates. This bridges analysis to action, ensuring risks are proactively managed, resources are allocated efficiently, and the project remains resilient to disruptions. Referring to PMBOK-V6, figures 3.24. The plan procurement management process integrates various inputs to structure procurement activities aligned with project goals. Inputs like the project charter, business documents, and project management plan ensure procurement aligns with strategic objectives. Project documents, e.g., risk register, stakeholder requirements, offer specifics for tailoring procurements, while enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets contextualize decisions. Outputs include the procurement management plan, procurement strategy, and bid documents to solicit vendor responses. The procurement statement of work details deliverables, while source selection criteria define vendor evaluation metrics. Make or buy decisions resolve outsourcing choices, supported by independent cost estimates for budget alignment. Change requests address impacts on other project areas, and updates to project documents and organizational process assets ensure continuity and institutional learning. This process ensures procurement is systematic, compliant, and integrated with overall project execution. Referring to PMBOK V6, Figures 325. The planned stakeholder engagement process begins by leveraging inputs such as the project charter, which outlines initial stakeholder identification and project objectives, and the project management plan, which integrates broader strategies to align stakeholder engagement with project goals. Project documents like the Stakeholder Register and Issue Log provide detailed insights into stakeholder interests, concerns, and roles, while agreements define formal obligations and communication protocols. Enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets contextualize engagement approaches, ensuring compliance and efficiency. The output, Stakeholder Engagement Plan, details tailored strategies to manage expectations, address concerns, and maintain stakeholder alignment. It specifies communication methods, engagement frequency, and techniques to leverage stakeholder influence. By synthesizing inputs like stakeholder priorities from the register and compliance requirements from agreements, the plan ensures stakeholders remain informed, supportive, and actively involved throughout the project lifecycle. This structured approach fosters collaboration, mitigates conflicts, and drives project success through sustained stakeholder buy-in. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to excellence and your dedication to mastering the profession. We wish you resounding success on your path to certification.